for the Lions. Batting first and playing shortstop, number 1, Josh LaJoy. Batting second in center field, number 11, Matt Cook. Batting third, the left fielder, number 9, Jared Sharkey. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 4, Zach Goodwin Boyd. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 16, Tyler Walsh. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 15, Nick Raposo. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 19, Joe Santagates. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 23, Willie Boyd. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 12, Chris Ruaco. Pitching for the Lions, number 44, Trevor Marquise. The head coach of Wheaton is Eric Pavelski. Assistant coaches are Frank Holbrook, Pete Ascarosa, Matt Milano, and Jimmy Smith. And now let's meet the umpires for today's game. At first base, Jason McDermott. At second base, Bill Rush. At third base, Jeff Arthur. And behind home plate, Ron Black.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. As we approach 10:45, we're ready for the final game of the second day of the NCAA Division III Mid-Atlantic Regional here at Peoples Bank Park in York, Pennsylvania, home of the York Revolution. We have second-seeded Shenandoah wearing their blue jerseys. Will play as the away team, and the team playing as the home team will be third-seeded Wheaton out of Massachusetts. On the mound for Wheaton will be number 44, Trevor Marquise, a freshman right-handed pitcher from Lincoln, Rhode Island. They'll face a lineup in Shenandoah that starts with number 7, Tristan Baker, second baseman, number 51, Abel Orocho. In right field, number 25, the center fielder, Nick Good, hits third. Batting cleanup, number 54, the designated hitter, Jake Lowe. Hitting fifth and catching, number 11, Dan Cameron. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 4, Luke Newsman. Hitting seventh and playing left field, number 27, Neil Dutton. Hitting eighth, number 6, the shortstop, Robert Marcel. And hitting ninth, the third baseman, number 2, Donnie Forgas. Both of these teams winning their games on the first day to advance to this contest. Wheaton was an 8-6 winner, holding on in the ninth against Elizabethtown. And Shenandoah fought off an upstart team from SUNY Maritime, playing shorthanded, gave the 10th ranked Hornets all they could handle on the first day of the tournament.
And Jeff, the freshman righty Marquise, is 2-1 on the season with a 3.94 ERA, 12 appearances. This will only be his 4th start of the season, 29 2/3 innings. Marquise has struck out 37 hitters and 14 walks. Should be a great ball game. Two very well coached teams, fundamentally sound. Looking forward to it.
First pitch from Marquise, and we're underway.
2-0 count here to leadoff hitter Baker. Marquise, very impressive velocity with 3 heaters, all in the upper 80s. Sorry,
Baker
Jeff.
2 for 5 last night. 2-2 count. And he gets Baker swinging. That brings up Abel Arocho, the right fielder. Arocho last night, 1 for 3 with a pair of walks and scored twice. He goes after the first pitch, puts it out into center field. And Cook puts it away for the second out.
Yeah, Marquis all fastballs in the early going, consistently hitting 88 on our Jugs radar gun. Very impressive for a pitcher who's only started 3 games all season. There's a breaking ball at 82 miles an hour.
Nick Good steps in. That pitch was a strike, the 0-1. Swung on and missed by Good. 0-2.
And we saw Good in last night's game. Very dynamic, was able to lay down some bunts, base hit bunt, sacrifice bunt.
He hits this one out into right field. Drifting towards the line, Goodwin Boyd for the third out. 3 up, 3 down. In the top of the first for Shenandoah. We'll be back after this.
On the mound tonight for Shenandoah is Michael Bogdanovich. He is 6-1 on the season with a 2.09 ERA, 51 2/3 innings, 41 strikeouts, 19 walks.
He's facing Josh LaJoy first. LaJoy who fouls that pitch off to make it 1-1, the shortstop. In yesterday's game, he was 2 for 4 with a double. Hits that one down the line and left. Running and sliding over his left fielder. He won't get it. LaJoy into second round, second, and puts on the brakes. The dive by Dutton, but he couldn't come up with it. And it's a leadoff double for LaJoy.
Yeah, good swing by LaJoy. Dutton tried to make a diving catch. Came up just a little bit short. Ball was able to trickle past into the fence, was able to recover. Luckily for the Hornets, LaJoy didn't get to third base. He was thinking about it, but decided to hold up with nobody out.
And now a runner on second.
Cook squaring around a bunt.
Cook shows bunt. Gets it down. The pitcher, Bogdanovich, fields it. And over to first for the out. Successful sacrifice as LaJoy moves to third.
Yeah, looks like Wheaton's playing for a run early. Good job by Cook to get the bunt down. Bogdanovich, nice play to get to it. Not an easy play, and fired it across the infield.
Now runner on third. Sharkey, Jared Sharkey, the left fielder. 0 for 4, but scored once and drove in a run in yesterday's game. He rips a foul down the line. LaJoy has to get out of the way.
Interesting that in the second game of the NCAA regionals for both of these teams, their starting pitchers have a combined 7 starts this season entering tonight's game. Guys that have thrown significant amount of innings, but not necessarily in starters roles.
The coach, we're starting to get to a point you're seeing some swingmen, maybe guys who pitch their way into the rotation during the season after being strong out of the bullpen. A hot hand.
Yeah, and it looks like what some teams are doing are actually might be holding one of their top 2 arms for either round 3 of the winner's bracket tomorrow or an elimination game, whichever comes first. Other teams have decided to go with a different strategy.
2-2 pitch to Sharkey, fouled off.
And I think a lot of that comes down to depth. Both of these teams have very talented pitchers throughout their staff that they're able to pick, be a little more selective based on matchups. Others might not have that depth.
Bogdanovich fakes pickoff throw over to third. Just to let LaJoy know that he knows he's over there. Pitch to Sharkey, swung on and missed.
Good pitch.
2 away now. Bogdanovich brings up the cleanup hitter. Number 4, Zach Goodwin Boyd, senior from Florence, Massachusetts, playing right field. He fouls away the first pitch. Goodwin Boyd went 3 for 4 with a pair of doubles yesterday. Scored twice, drove in 2. One of the key contributors to the win for Wheaton. Pitch, swing and a miss. Oh, and 2. Goodwin Boyd. Good take by Goodwin Boyd on a pitch pretty close to the strike zone. Manages to lay off.
Yeah, it looks like that just missed off the plate. Good pitch, good take.
He takes a cut at that one. That was a strike. He just missed it. And 2 strikeouts after a leadoff double and a sacrifice. And Bogdanovich pitches his way out of the inning. Both teams scoreless through 1. We head to the top of the second. Back after this. Probably with that guy by himself. There wasn't anybody he was talking to.
Designated hitter number 54, Jake Lowe.
And we're back to the top of the second. The Hornets cleanup hitter number 54, Jake Lowe. The designated hitter will be the first batter to face Marquise. First pitch from Marquise is a strike.
And Lowe has some of the best numbers in this regional, coming in and including last night's game. Lowe's hitting .365, slugging a healthy .659, and has 56 RBIs.
Low fouls one high, out of play down the left side. 1-2. The pitch swung on and another foul ball. The 1-2 from Marquise. Gets him looking.
Great pitch. Able to go with a fastball on the inner half. Low, looking for something out over the plate. Got 88 on the inside black.
Dan Cameron, the catcher, steps in 0 for 3 yesterday. Takes ball 1 from Marquise. Second pitch. That'll miss as well. That missed as well. Upstairs again, ball 3 now to Cameron. Couple of pitches high to Dane Cameron, listed at 5'6" on the roster. That pitch over for a strike. That's a big change in the strike zone from Lowe, who was 6'2", down to a 5'6" Dane Cameron. Marquise had trouble locating, ends up issuing a walk. That brings up number 4, Luke Newsman, the first baseman. 1 away, 1 on.
Newsman is hitting .460 this season in 100 at-bats.
Hits it right back to Marquise. 1-6-3 double play.
Wow, nice play by Marquise.
That gets Shenandoah out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the second back after this. We're back, and Tyler Walsh takes a strike. Walsh yesterday 2 for 5 with a pair of runs batted in. He swings at that pitch over the leap of the shortstop, Marcel, and he'll have a leadoff single into left field.
And that's the second time in 2 innings that Wheaton has had the leadoff hitter on base. In the bottom of the first, they stranded a leadoff double, was sacrificed over to third, and Bogdanovich was able to strike out the next 2 hitters.
Brings up freshman catcher number 15, Nick Raposo. He takes inside for ball 1. Raposo from Johnston, Rhode Island. Two for 3. Pitch from Bogdanovich. That's a strike.
So far, Walsh has shown several different pitches. Fastball that's sitting in the mid-80s. Also looks like he has a cutter.
And he gets a swing on that one. Runner going down to second. He's in there.
That was a breaking ball, 70-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Great read from Walsh at first base. Reading that ball in the dirt. Barely kicks away from Cameron, but the good anticipation from Walsh allows him to move up to second.
Ball did get away from the catcher. The runner was off anyway. I believe that'll be ruled a stolen base. Brings up Santagate. Number 19, Joey Santagate. A senior, Staten Island, New York. He's the designated hitter today. He rips a single into left field. And they'll hold up Walsh at third. Runners on the corner with 1 out.
Third baseman number 23, Willie Boyd.
Willie Boyd, the batter. Number 23, sophomore from Orleans, Massachusetts. Playing third base.
Tries a safety squeeze. Bunts the ball foul.
Boyd 1 for 3 with a walk in the win over Elizabethtown. Bogdanovich. This is high. And a throw over. Santagate standing up. Safely back to the bag. 1-1 from Bogdanovich. Strike 2.
This is the second straight inning that Wheaton has had a run on third base with less than 2 outs. Boyd would like to get something out of the infield in the air.
Misses high and away.
On the other hand,
Down at 2-2.
Bogdanovich would like a strikeout or a ground ball double play to get out of this inning.
This is inside.
Just missed. Good pitch. Good 2-2 pitch there from the right-hander.
1 away. Here's the full count pitch. hit him. Bases will be loaded. Would have been ball 4 if he got out of the way.
Now batting the second baseman, number 12, Chris Ruaco.
Brings up the second baseman, number 12, Chris Ruaco. Ruaco yesterday 1 for 4, scored once and drove in a run. And he has the bases loaded with 1 out. Chance for more RBI. He did go down on strikes. In the 3 at-bats, he did not get a hit, so 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. He reaches down and pokes that one into left field. That'll be an out. Fakes home.
Wow.
Throw cut off and thrown back to third base. They get the runner at third. Walsh, Dutton with the throw. Cut off on the infield, coach.
Yeah, and that was definitely a base running mistake. Walsh caught in between. Looked like at first he was going to try to tag up on that sacrifice fly. Took a couple of hard steps. Was either told or decided to stop. Was too far off the bag. Third baseman Forges was able to cut it and relay that throw to the shortstop. Big play for the Hornets to get out of that jam. And that's twice in a row they've escaped with runners on third base and less than 2 outs. That'll take us to the top of the third, 0-0.
We'll be back after this. To the top of the third inning, Neil Dutton leads off for Shenandoah. He offers it the first pitch from Marquise, grounded out to second, running play by Ruaco for the 4-3 putout to start the inning.
Yeah, and to end the bottom of the second, Dutton makes a great throw from left field to the cutoff man on a ball hit by Ruaco. And then in the top of the third, Dutton hits a ball to Ruaco, makes a nice play.
Robert Marcel, the shortstop, steps in. Marcel 1 for 3 with a run scored against Maritime. One count. The pitch from Marquise. That's strike 2.
Marcel, similar to several other Hornets hitters, hitting well over 300 at 368.
Count even at 2-2.
2 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 15 RBIs.
Swing and a miss. 2 down. Brings up Donnie Forgas playing third base. Forgas was 0 for 3 against Maritime. Fouled the first pitch away. The 0-1 from Marquise. Swung on, chopped over the third baseman. That's going to get into left field for a 2-out single for Forgus.
And Forgus, the only everyday player for the Hornets that's hitting under 300, gets the first hit of the game here in the second round of the NCAA Regionals.
Tristan Baker, the leadoff hitter, struck out his first time up this evening. Baker from Williamsport, Maryland.
Forgus 2 stolen bases on the year. Hasn't been caught stealing, so not a likely candidate to run.
1-0 to Baker. Fouled back.
Marquis also pretty quick to the plate. Throws a hard fastball. Might be a tough guy to run off of.
For Marquis. Hit in the air out to center field. Coming in on it is Cook, and that's the third out. Still scoreless. Shenandoah and Wheaton as we head to the bottom of the third. We'll be back after this. Hits one deep into the outfield, but running into the gap is the center fielder, Good. And LaJoy is retired for the first out.
LaJoy gave that ball a ride in the left center gap. Good made that play look easy, but he ran a long way to track that ball down. Big first out.
Matt Cook, the center fielder for Wheaton. Takes the pitch from Bogdanovich and swings, foul ball, first base side.
Cook has shown an ability to bunt, both sacrifice and for a hit in the first two games of this regional.
The 0-2 from Bogdanovich. Strike three. Gets Cook looking with a pitch on the low outside corner.
I believe Cook thought that ball was down. Home plate umpire disagreed. Good 0-2 pitch for Bogdanovich, getting the strikeout.
Sharkey struck out his first time up, looking for redemption here. Fouls that one away. Sharkey pops this one up. Cameron and the third baseman, Forgus, kind of collide. The ball lands in.
And that's a ball that has to be caught. That's the third baseman's ball. Both of them had to go roughly an equal distance. Third baseman has priority over the catcher for several reasons.
The result is just a strike. It's 0-2. And Bogdanovich with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Bogdanovich. That gives him 5 so far in the game. 3 up, 3 down for Wheaton in the bottom of the third. We'll head to the top of the fourth back after this.
Students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport. It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
And Abel Arocho will lead it off here in the fourth. For Shenandoah, takes the first pitch for a ball.
Arocha flew out to center field his first time up. Actually got a good piece of it. Squared it up. A little bit underneath.
The 1-1 from Marquise. Down low.
So this game, as advertised thus far, 2 solid teams that can pitch, play defense. Wheaton has had opportunities in 2 of their first 3 half innings.
It's a 3-1 count on Arocho. Pitch from Marquise. He'll issue a leadoff walk to Arocho.
And don't forget, despite being the 3-hitter, again, Good has shown both base hit bunts and sacrifice bunts at different times throughout the course of the last 2 days.
And there he tries to lay one down. Fouls it off.
Yeah, that looked like more of a base hit bunt style. Not sure if that's how it was coached or if that truly was a bunt for a hit. We'll see if he squares around here. It's probably more of a sacrifice.
Throw over to first by Marquise. Pair of at-large teams in this game. An at-large team out of the new MAC, Wheaton, and an at-large team out of the ODAC, Shenandoah. The pitch, strike 2.
Third baseman Boyd will be able to move back now.
Marquise to good. Fouled off.
And Orocho does have 7 stolen bases on the year. Shenandoah doesn't run a whole lot. They do not have one player with double-digit stolen bases. Of course, when you have 8 guys hitting well over 300, it's not surprising.
Good, flew out to right field his first time up. Another throw over. And the 0-2 from Marquise. Swung on and missed. Good goes down swinging. Fourth strikeout for Marquise, and that brings up Lowe. Lowe, the second of those 4 strikeout victims. His first at bat, leading off the second inning.
And just to tell you how talented of a team Shenandoah has, how great of a season they've had, they actually started out the year with 12 straight wins and won first 22 of their 23 games. They were ranked number 1 in the country for a large portion of the season.
Pitch to Lowe, strike 1.
They have lost 5 of their last 11 games, though, including in the ODAC tournament to number 3 Randolph-Macon and being eliminated by Washington and Lee.
Swung on by Lowe, diving play by LaJoy. LaJoy, the shortstop, lays out for one. And that was one heck of a play by the shortstop, robbing a hit from the dangerous hitter Lowe.
Yeah, that an excellent play by LaJoy. Lowe hit the ball right on the button. Got to tip your cap to the Wheaton shortstop.
Here comes Dan Cameron.
Orocho, good base running, not to get doubled up on that, was able to freeze because that looked like it was ticketed for left. Wouldn't be surprised to see Orocho try to swipe it back at some point with 2 outs.
Ball up high to Cameron. Cameron walked his first time up. That one's wide for ball 2. Poso out for a quick chat with his pitcher. Runner on first here with 2 outs. Orocho led off the inning with a walk. The 2-0. This is again ball 3. Marquise has struggled to find the strike zone tonight against Cameron. And misses high again. Cameron's
not even close on that pitch. Cameron's aboard for the second time.
2 walks this inning. Pitch runners on first and second with 2 outs. Newsman in the second Right after Cameron's first walk, Newsman hit into that 1-6-3 double play that ended the inning.
He did hit that ball hard. Marquise made a nice play. Pretty good matchup we got going on here in the top of the fourth.
Newsman behind 0-1. The pitch. Down low.
Rocho with good speed at second. Outfield deep. He should be able to score on a single.
1-1 pitch fouled off.
It's been interesting to see how each of the 8 different teams play this field with the big wall down the left field line, the outfield positioning. We've seen the ball really carry to right and right center in the last 2 days.
Pitch from Marquise. This is for ball 2.
Wheaton choosing to play their outfield deep. Probably the deepest of any of the 8 teams we've seen.
Out in right field right now. Goodwin Boyd is only a couple of steps shy of the warning track, it looks like. The wind is blowing out again to right center. Newsman goes down swinging. Big strikeout for Marquise to end the inning with 2 on. Still scoreless through 3.5. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Wheaton waiting to hit. We're back in a minute. Cleanup hitter Zach Goodwin Boyd, the right fielder, lead things off for Wheaton here in the 4th. Still scoreless. Bogdanovich misses with the first pitch of the inning. 1-0 count to Goodwin Boyd. Swung on, ripped down the right field line, and it won't stay fair. Foul ball. 1-1. Goodwin Boyd struck out swinging to end the first, one of 2 strikeouts in that inning for Bogdanovich. If you remember, LaJoy led off the bottom of the first with a double, bunted to third, and then 2 strikeouts. Goodwin Boyd hits one the other way into the gap. That's going to one-hop and over the fence. A ground rule double to lead it off for Goodwin Boyd. Wheaton with the leadoff man on here in the 4th.
And that's the 3rd time in 4 innings now that they've gotten the leadoff batter on base. And Goodwin Boyd continues to show an ability to hit the ball to all fields.
The swing and miss stuff by Bogdanovich, who has 5 strikeouts in 3+ innings. Has helped him pitch around that. If squaring to bunt Walsh. Bogdanovich spins and checks the runner.
Yeah, this is sacrifice bunt situation. Walsh did single in his last at bat, squaring around early. First baseman Newsman way in.
Pitch, bunted, it's a chopper. Bogdanovich off the mound, tries to barehand it. He'll have no play.
Great bunt, perfectly executed. Walsh attempting to bunt the runner to third. Third baseman has to stay back. Bunts the ball down the third base line. Textbook. I think Bogdanovich may have had more time than he thought. He tried to barehand it and the ball slipped out of his hand.
Brings up Raposo. Walsh credited with a single on that play. Raposo behind 0-1. He has runners on the corners with no one out. Wheaton threatening. Teams tied at 0-0. And the pitch gets away. That's going to go to the backstop. Wild pitch. Results in the first run of the game. Here's Goodwin Boyd comes home. And down to second goes Walsh.
And I'm not sure how that ball missed Raposo. That was coming right at him.
Yeah, Coach, I paused there for a second because I thought he was going to get first base. I really thought that kind of hit him, but it didn't.
Cameron, the catcher, difficult play. Now I'd be expecting Raposo to square around and bunt, and he does.
Raposo struck out in the second inning, his first trip up. Raposo gets that bunt down. Bogdanovich again, bare hands, pumps and fires and gets him. 1-3 on the sacrifice. Moves Walsh to third, and there's one away.
The catcher, Raposo, showing some wheels. That ball bunted pretty hard at relatively close to the pitcher. Didn't have to go far off that mound. Looked like it would have been a routine play. Bogdanovich had to pick it up barehand and fire it across for the first out. The infield for the Hornets up.
Joey Santagate checks his swing at a pitch in the dirt.
Great job by Cameron blocking that pitch.
Count is 1-0.
Looked like a slider, breaking ball in the dirt. Cameron was able to keep in front of him.
Santagate singled in the second, his first time up. Tries to hold up on another one in the dirt. He does offer it this one. We'll go 1-1.
Very similar pitch. I think the difference there is 1-0. Santagate was looking for a fastball, got fooled by that slider.
And Santagate swings and misses. Bogdanovich goes back to the well again.
Yeah, and Bogdanovich's arm slot, it's tough to pick up that breaking ball. There it is again.
Gets a piece of that right back to Bogdanovich, who looks the runner back to third. And there's two away for Boyd.
So 4 straight breaking balls. Cameron does a good job of blocking the first 2. And there's a significant difference in velocity between that fastball and the breaking ball. Fastball consistently in the mid-80s. That off-speed pitch sitting right around 70. Tough for the hitter to read, and if you're looking fastball, tough to hold up on the swing.
Boyd was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Wheaton had threatened in that second inning, but of course there was the 7-5-6 double play to end that frame. 0-1 on Boyd. Bogdanovich fouled back by Boyd.
And yesterday we talked about, I think at some points we were surprised that certain teams weren't sacrifice bunting. And Wheaton was able to get one across after bunting, but if they don't get this run, that's 1 for 3.
And this one in the air to short center field, running in is good. And he gets there in time to make the play for the third out. Wheaton gets on the board via a wild pitch, and it's 1-0 Wheaton. After 4 innings of play, we're back after this.
It's on us. It's on all of us. And it's time to act now.
It's on us to start the change. It's on us to be the change. It's on us. It's on Division III. It's on all of us to stop sexual assault.
And in the top of the 5th, Neil Dutton will lead off. In his first trip up, he led off the 3rd. The ground ball to second. He's 0 for 1. Takes that pitch for a strike. Dutton swings and misses. He finds himself in a 0-2 hole. Marquise misses wide. 1-2. Marquise gets that pitch at 80 miles an hour over him. Dutton goes down looking.
Marquise has been filthy early on. Again, fastball, upper 80s. Off-speed pitch. Off-speed at 80 miles an hour. He has 6 strikeouts. Only giving him 1 hit. You'd like to see those walks down a little bit, but when you have power stuff, sometimes the walks come with the territory.
The 0-1 pitch. Looped foul. It's ahead 0-2 again.
Marquise in good shape with the pitch count.
That pitch ball 1 gets away. Coach is only at about 56 pitches, like you said. Doing well in the pitch count area. And the pitch from Marquise. Swung on and fouled back. Marcel struck out swinging for the second out of the 3rd. This is wide. The 2-2. Swung on and hit in the air out to right field. Goodwin Boyd drifts towards the line. He's got it for out number 2 here in the 5th. Donnie Forgas steps in, the third baseman. Singled in the 3rd. And he goes after the first pitch. Foul ball. Marquise, the 0-1. Fouled back by Forgus. The 0-2 from Marquise. Just missed. 1-2.
Great 0-2 pitch from Marquise.
Working quickly. Forgus. Bad hop for the first baseman. And it bounces into right field. Forgus is aboard. Looked like that ball took a extra high hop right before it got to him.
Yeah, I can't tell you, Jeff. I can't tell you what happened on that. Looked like it was going to be relatively routine play. It looked like the ball was going to kick up and hit Walsh in the chest. However, bounced over his head. He had a jump at the last minute. Don't know if it hit his glove or the brim of his cap, but his hat fell off and ball trickled into right field.
And because of the bad hop, that's ruled a single.
That's the right call there. Not much Walsh could do on that. It was a very difficult play.
Brings up Baker with 2 outs. The 1-0 delivery from Marquise. Swung on and fouled back.
Good job by Forgus. Both of his at-bats. Forgus, I'm sorry. With 2 outs, extending the inning, getting the leadoff hitter up with the runners on.
Pitch from Marquise, swung on, chopped. Marquise comes up, gets it, makes the throw. 1-3 put out for the 3rd out of the inning. Shenandoah unable to answer back in the top of the 5th. They trail Wheaton 1-0. The Lions coming to bat in the 5th back after this. Ruaco leading off the Wheaton half of the 5th inning. The Lions leading 1-0. Ruaco ahead 1-0 against Bogdanovich. The pitch misses for ball 2. Ruaco hit into that 7-5-6 double play to end the 2nd. Works his way ahead 3-0. And that play, of course, Walsh got caught between 3rd and home. And Ruaco, a 4-pitch walk to start the 5th. That brings up LaJoy, the leadoff hitter.
Will be interesting to see what happens here with LaJoy. I don't think he will bunt because of how good he's been offensively this season and over the last 2 days, but certainly possible we see a bunt for a hit, or with his speed, a sacrifice that he could turn into a hit.
LaJoy 1 for 2, doubled the lead off the bottom of the first and flew out to center. It's been pretty aggressive against Bogdanovich. So it will be interesting, Coach, to see if they do try to have him bunt, because he's been swinging early in the count in his first 2 at-bats and hitting the ball hard. And that pitch is high and inside.
Good hit and run count here. Another option if you don't want to sacrifice with one of your best hitters.
1-0 from Bogdanovich, swung on and missed by LaJoy. The 1-1. LaJoy hits it in the air again, out to the center fielder, good. Takes about 2 steps towards straightaway center. Good shaded LaJoy a couple of steps towards left field. You have 1 away. Brings up Matt Cook, center fielder for the Lions.
Third baseman Forgets way up.
Cook already has 1 sacrifice today. Laid down a bunt in the first. Also struck out looking in the third. He's behind 0-1. Swings and fouls it away. 2 strikes on Cook. Oh-2 from Bogdanovich. Gets Cook swinging for the second time tonight. He strikes out Cook. Jared Sharkey with 2 outs. Comes up. He's struck out twice against Bogdanovich, who has 6 strikeouts against just 1 walk and 5 hits.
Bogdanovich only has given up those 5 hits in the 5th inning with 2 outs. Unfortunately, a majority of those hits have come to leadoff innings and has allowed Wheaton to move runners along. And in fact, the only run scored was on a wild pitch, ball in the dirt, kicked away from the catcher Cameron. But that wild pitch, that run had come after a leadoff double followed by a sacrifice bunt.
That's right, Coach. Goodwin Boyd led off the 4th with a double and later scored on that wild pitch. Two and 0 on Sharkey. I believe Walsh singled, and the sacrifice by Raposo. Sharkey swings and misses 2-1. That pitch down in the dirt, the runner was going. Ruaco steals second. Moves into scoring position for Sharkey. So they're going to say that was a wild pitch. I wasn't sure if the runner was going. He read that wild pitch pretty quickly and motored on down to second.
Yeah, I think that might be the second time tonight. And Wheaton doing a good job of reading that off-speed pitch down. I don't know if they're getting idea that that's coming, expecting in certain counts, but able to read that off-speed pitch down and move up. It's almost happening so quickly that we're wondering if they were actually sealing the base.
And now Bogdanovich has walked Sharkey. That puts 2 on for Goodwin Boyd.
Back to the point about Wheaton's base running is I think what they're doing is they're getting great secondary leads and they're reading that ball down. When they see that ball down and they know Cameron's going to have to go to his knees, they're anticipating that, able to move up. So that's something that teams emphasize and good coaches coach their players to do. And Wheaton's done that, I believe, twice in the first 4 and 2/3 innings.
And now there's runners on first and second for Goodwin Boyd. Goodwin Boyd doubled in the 4th. He entered the tournament as a .329 hitter, 11 doubles, 6 triples, and 5 homers. One of the more powerful hitters in the Wheaton lineup.
This is the one guy, if I'm Bogdanovich, that I don't want to see up right now. He's come up with some big hits over the last few days in clutch situations, a senior.
The 0-1, and there's another clutch hit from Goodwin Boyd. They're going to send Ruako home, and Goodwin Boyd slides in the second with a double.
That's terrific base running by Goodwin Boyd. Not only does he come up with a huge 2-out hit, but out of the box, he's thinking 2. Aggressively takes second on a ball that should have held him to the single. Most players would be content with a 2-out RBI single and stay at first. Give their first base coach pounding the fists and move on, but Goodwin Boyd moves up to second. Now Wheaton has 2 runners in scoring position.
Tyler Walsh takes ball 1. 2 on for Walsh, the first baseman. Pair of singles so far. Singled in the second inning and then stole second. Swings at that pitch, which rolls away from the catcher, Cameron. Not far enough for any advance by the runners. Walsh's second single was a bunt single. He was attempting to sacrifice Goodwin Boyd and ended up safe at first on the play during the 4th inning. Walsh swing and a miss. The 1-2 from Bogdanovich. You're going to say he swung. The ball rolls away. 2-3 put out to end the inning. Another strikeout for Bogdanovich, his 7th of the game. Wheaton gets another run. It's now 2-0 in favor of the Lions after 5 full innings. We'll be back for the top of the 6th. Abel Orocho leading off the 6th. Try to ignite the Shenandoah offense as the Lions from Wheaton, Massachusetts lead 2-0. Orocho behind 0-1 against Marquis. Pitch. Low for a ball. Marquis, 6 strikeouts, just 2 hits allowed. Has walked 3. This is up high against Orocho. Orocho drew one of those 3 walks. The other 2 have gone to catcher Dan Cameron. Orocho right back at Marquis. Self-defense. Underhands over to the first baseman Walsh for the first out. Nate Good, the center fielder, flew out to right and struck out swinging.
And Jeff, we have all but 2 of our games tomorrow set. The winner of tonight's game will move on to play Johns Hopkins, who was able to fight back against Alvernia.
Good with a hard grounder. Ruaco, step or 2 towards the middle of the diamond, scoops it and fires over to first, 2 away.
And the loser of this game will play in our second game tomorrow against Leslie, who sent RIT home in 15 innings, which was our first game of the day that seemed like it was about 3 days ago.
Low, swinging on the first pitch, pops it high in the air out into center field. Cook comes charging in. Wheaton outfield has been playing deep, as we've mentioned, and some of these fly balls to sort of the routine position you're seeing guys running in on, but no issues with any of them. And Lowe flies out. He's now 0 for 3, 3 up, 3 down in the 6th for Shenandoah. We'll be back for the Wheaton half after this.
Sorry.
Raposo, the catcher, number 15, leading off the bottom of the 6th for Wheaton. He scored single runs in each of the last 2 innings to take a 2-0 lead. One and one after taking that strike. This is a game in the winner's bracket, the Mid-Atlantic Regional. Raposo hits that one hop to the second baseman, Baker. Baker throws over for the first out, 1 away.
Really impressive play there by Baker. Ball skipped, was hit hard, skipped pretty fast. Actually fielded the ball off to the side, almost behind him, showing off quick hands, really good hands from the second baseman.
Brings up Santagate, the designated hitter. Takes a ball. It's a 2-0. Santagate has singled and grounded out to the pitcher. It's that one low, 3-0. Bogdanovich falling behind. He's issued 2 walks this evening. 6 hits, struck out 7. Here's a strike. The 3-1. Swung on, hit high in the air, drifting out into right field. 3 fielders over for it. Tristan Baker calls for it but can't get it. It's a long strike.
Baker had to go a long way for it, you're correct. He was underneath it, not an easy play. That ball was up in the air, had to navigate the fence. Ball that I'm sure Coach Anderson would like to have caught.
And similar hit, but this one's going to stay in fair territory, and Baker drifts back into right field. The second baseman puts that away. 2 down. Boyd, the third baseman, 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the second, flew out the center. Takes the first pitch away for a ball. Swings at that one. It's popped up in foul territory. The third baseman, Forgas, charges and puts that one away. 3 up, 3 down for Wheaton in the 6th. We'll head to the top of the 7th. 2-0 Lions. Back after this. Top of the 7th inning, Dan Cameron will lead things off for Shenandoah. Swings at the first pitch from Marquise. Popped foul, out of play. Marquise just 2 hits and 3 walks allowed. That pitch low. The Hornets ranked number 10 in the country, seeded 2nd in the Mid-Atlantic Regional. Been unable to get much going against the right-hander this evening. 1-1 pitch, over for a strike.
And just to tell you the type of game that Marquise is throwing tonight, the Hornets from Shenandoah haven't been shut out all season long.
That's on the ground, past the diving Boyd, and into left field for a leadoff single.
That might be the first time, I'm not sure about this, Jeff, we'll have to check, but that might be the first time all game that the Hornets have had their leadoff batter on base, as opposed to Wheaton that's had several.
Orocho led off the fourth with a walk, but that was the only other time. Coach, that Shenandoah has gotten the leadoff man on it. That has been a tale of two teams there, as Wheaton's done a great job getting its leadoff man on. Shenandoah has struggled. Foul ball by Newsman. 0-1 count on the first baseman. This is low and away. Marquis from the stretch. The 1-1. Swung on and chopped foul.
And we aren't the only regional in a good low-scoring affair, as Mac Commonwealth Arcadia Knights are tied with Suffolk University Rams 0-0 at the end of 9 in the New England regional. That is the second round winners bracket.
Middle Atlantic Conference hosting this regional. 3 teams from the conference in the tournament. Swing and a miss by Newsman. Strike 3, 7th strikeout of the night for Marquis. Arcadia winning the MAC Commonwealth. Alvernia getting an at-large bid out of the MAC Commonwealth, and in the unique format of the Middle Atlantic Conference in the MAC Freedom is Arcadia. Also made the tournament with the automatic bid out of that half of the conference. 0-1 against Dutton. Misericordia eliminated earlier today. Lost their first 2 games. Pitch upstairs to Dutton. 1-1. Alvernia 2-0 so far in this Mid-Atlantic Regional. I'm sorry, 1-1. Hopkins. That was a seesaw game there, back and forth game.
Looked like they were going to be 2-0. Had a lead, took a lead into the 9th inning, and Johns Hopkins struck for 6. So for the majority of that game, I believe they were up 8-3 and 9-4. For the majority of that game, looked like Alvernia was going to move to 2-0.
And Dutton hits one high in the air out to center field. Cook, no problem with that, 2 away.
Whatever team pulls this game out will move on to play Johns Hopkins tomorrow in what should be a fantastic matchup. That'll be our 3rd of 4 games tomorrow.
Marcel, the shortstop, 0 for 2. Struck out in the 3rd. And 7 strikeout victims for Marquis tonight. The 0-1 pitch will come after a throw over to first. This is high, ball 1.
Story of this game is really the Hornets' inability to string together any type of offensive threat against Marquis.
Fouled away by Marcel. Marquis here with 2 outs in the 7th, approaching 90 pitches. If he gets out of this inning, most likely it's at least 1 more in the tank, and there's a slow roller over to second. Ruaco slides towards first, picks it up, and gets it over to first for the third out. For just the second time this evening, Shenandoah gets its leadoff man on, but they'll leave him at first. 2-0 Wheaton, heading to the bottom of the seventh. Back after this. Ruaco, the 9-hole hitter for the Lions, leads off their half of the seventh. Takes strike one from Bogdanovich. Both starting pitchers going well, Coach. Both in the 80s for pitches.
Bogdanovich has given up 2 runs, but he's found his way out of some tough spots. He's gotten strikeouts with runners on third base and less than 2 outs multiple times, and really stranded some leadoff base runners early on in this game.
Waco pops up a foul. And the catcher Cameron runs out of room.
If you were to tell Coach Anderson that in the bottom of the seventh, Bogdanovich would have only given up 2 runs with his offense, he'd take that 10 out of 10 times. Again, the story is the dominant performance from Wheaton's right-hander Marquise.
Ruaco, that'll stay inside the bag. It's going to roll into the corner. He's around first. Chugs into second with a double. Hesitates, takes a big turnaround second. Leadoff double. Talked about it last inning, Coach. Only twice has Shenandoah got their leadoff man tonight. Seems like almost every inning Wheaton has gotten theirs on.
And that's at least a third or fourth leadoff double. Not only has it been leadoff runners on base for Wheaton, but multiple times and either 3 or 4 it's been doubles, which has allowed the next hitter to sacrifice bunt, and it looks like LaJoy is going to do that. And he pops up the bunt. Forgas, great effort, unable to come up with it.
It's the 5th time, Coach, that Wheaton's leadoff hitter has gotten on base in 7 tries tonight. Brings up LaJoy, who doubled for the first.
And
those 5 leadoff hitters to get on base.
And you can expect LaJoy squaring around a bunt again, trying to get down the third base line. If he gets his bunt down with his speed, he can beat it out. Ooh, and the ball's thrown at him.
That hit him. He was trying to get out of the way. He's fine and just up and down to first. Looked like that could have been bad, Coach, but thankfully LaJoy is all right.
And you can guarantee that Cook will be squaring around again. Coach Anderson I don't blame him for walking out here, and you certainly hope LaJoy's okay. But you got to wonder if LaJoy did pull that bat back. Not sure he had much of an opportunity. It looked like he might not have had a chance to get out of the way, but I'm not so sure he pulled his bat back. So the umpires will get together. I think this is the right move. They're going to at least get together. The home plate umpire doesn't necessarily have the best view on that. We'll see if LaJoy actually had a chance to pull his bat back. I have a feeling they'll stick with the call. And they do. It was right of Coach Anderson to go out and ask for them to get together because, like I said, it was close, but right call made. Now we have first and second for the speedy center fielder Cook. I'm sure he'll square around and bunt and attempt to get that bunt down the third baseline.
Cook so far, Coach, 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt, struck out twice.
And with his speed, if he gets it down, he'll have a chance to beat it out.
And he bunts it foul. Strike one.
First baseman Nussman is on top of home plate. Second baseman Baker cheating over towards first. He has coverage. First base on the bunt. Third baseman Forgas barely up on the grass, and the shortstop keeping the runner at second close.
And Nussman really charging it hard on these bunts.
Yeah, and he's getting to the point where he's so close that you might see Cook pull back and try to slash. A lot of room for the right side for the lefty.
1-1 pitch. Bunted a nice
He's
bunt, dies in the grass. He's safe. The throw by Cameron gets into right field. One run's going to score. Cook is into second. LaJoy to third. 3-0.
And the benefit of being able to bunt the ball. And Cook squared around early. Everybody in this whole stadium knew he was going to bunt. Good bunter, executes it, gets it down to where he wants to, is able to make it a tough play for the catcher Cameron. I didn't think he was going to have a chance at him. He did pick the ball up. If Cameron makes a good throw or that ball's picked, Cook is out at first base. Certainly wasn't an easy play. But a run scores on the air.
And now you have Sharkey on base. Or Sharkey up to bat with 2 on base, 2 in scoring position.
We'll see how that ball's ruled. I have a feeling it'll be ruled a hit and an error.
I would agree with that, Coach.
But again, Cameron, a good throw. Not that it certainly wasn't an easy play, but he got to it.
They're going to give him a sacrifice bunt and a throwing error. Gets a second.
Little surprising, again, just from the speed of Cook, forcing Cameron to have to run up the line, turn, and throw. Not an easy play for the catcher. And really important to try to get Sharkey here with Goodwin Boyd looming on deck.
Sharkey hits that one in the air to left field. Dutton over into the gap. He catches it. Runner going for home. Slides in, but the throw is cut off. Sacrifice fly for Sharkey brings home LaJoy, and it's 4-0.
And I would anticipate the Hornets putting Goodwin Boyd on with first base open, setting up possible ending double play. And looks like that's what they will do.
No action in the Shenandoah bullpen.
In Major League Baseball, new rule this year to speed up the game. Coaches can let the umpires know they want to intentionally walk the batter without any pitches being thrown. However, that rule change is not applied yet to the NCAA. Good move here by Shenandoah. It's the right move. Putting the left-handed Goodwin Boyd on, setting up a double play, and going after the right-handed Walsh, who's does have 2 hits. A good hitter in his own right, but the way Goodwin Boyd has been on fire makes sense.
Goodwin Boyd 2 for 3 with the 2 doubles and the intentional walk now. Reached base 3 times. Walsh with 1 away. 2 on. Cook, the runner at second. Bogdanovich over 100 pitches here in the 7th. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Swung on and missed again. Bogdanovich with his 8th strikeout of the evening gets Walsh for the 2nd time tonight. 2 away. Raposo 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. Struck out in the 2nd. Sacrificed in the 4th and grounded out the 2nd and the 6th. First pitch to him, a ball. Bogdanovich in the stretch. Fouled away. Raposo entered the regional with 272 average. Takes strike 2. Swings in a slow chopper to third. Forgas up and over for the out. That will retire the side. Wheaton scores twice in the inning, doubles its lead to 4-0. We'll head to the top of the 8th. Shenandoah tries to answer back after this.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
Top of the 8th. Donnie Forgus leading off for Shenandoah. Shenandoah finds themselves down 4-0. Managed just 3 hits so far against Trevor Marquise. Strong outing from the Wheaton starter. Gets that pitch over for a strike. Forgus. Forgus 2 for 2. Singling in the 3rd and again in the 5th. Forgus fouls that pitch back. Wheaton got a solid start yesterday from Mike Brumal. Went 5 innings, allowed just 1 earned run, 3 total runs on his way to the win. 0-2 on Forgus. He swings and misses. The ball bounces a little bit away. Raposo with the throw down. And it's a strikeout, 2-3 for the first out. Brings up Baker. Baker 0 for 3, struck out in the first. First pitch gets away from Baker. Ball 1. That one back up the middle. Great play by Marquise. Stabs at it and throws it over to first for the second out.
And that's the 3rd time that Marquise has fielded beautifully a comebacker. And Shenandoah Hornets are down to 4 outs remaining.
Ball 1. Now on Orocho. Orocho 0 for 2. Flew out to center, walked, and had one of the ground balls back to the pitcher. His 3 trips up. He's ahead 2-0. Marquise falling behind. The pitch called strike. That pitch is swung on and looped into center field. Orocho will have his first hit of the day.
And if any offense is capable of coming back from down 4 with only 4 outs remaining, it's this Shenandoah offense. Couple bats in the middle of this order that can change the game with 1 swing.
Good 0 for 3, flew out, struck out, grounded out. One-0. Raposo goes out to talk to Marquise.
Marquise is about to throw his 100th pitch of the night. If he can get out of this inning.
Pitching coach as the bullpen begins to scramble.
Yeah, I think this meeting can serve multiple purposes, but one of them is to give the bullpen time to get loose. I do think this will be Marquise' game. If he can get out of this inning here against Good, I'd be surprised if he didn't come back out in the 9th. But at this point, it's important to have some options, and to do that, you need some relief arms to start getting loose in the bullpen.
Strike 1.
Marquise is still sitting in the upper 80s with his velocity, so we haven't seen a drop-off with his heater.
Swinging a foul ball. Marquise, one of the better pitching performances, maybe the best pitching performance outside of Moran. Relief for RAT today. This is probably up there with that performance for one of the best ones of this regional. Chopper back. Marquise fields his position again. Jogs towards first, underhand. And 2-1-3 putouts in that inning. Side is retired. Wheaton still leads 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Back after this. Santagate to lead it off here for Wheaton in the bottom of the 8th. Final game of day 2 of the Mid-Atlantic Regional. Game here in the winner's bracket. Winner will go on to face Johns Hopkins tomorrow. The loser will still be alive in the loser's bracket of this double elimination tournament. Santagate ahead 2-0. The pitch from Bogdanovich. Going on and missed. 2-1.
And we'll have 2 more elimination games to start off the day tomorrow, or should I say later this morning as we approach.
We're past 12:30 now, Coach. So you're right. Later today. Foul ball from Santagate. 2-2. This game starting around 10:45 tonight. Santagate puts that in the air to center field, chasing good back. Short of the warning track, he puts it away for the first out. Today started with a 15-inning marathon. RIT was eliminated by Leslie. Boyd steps in. He's 0 for 2 and was hit by a pitch. Strike 1. Showed bunt.
Yeah, Jeff, and then in game 2 today we had Elizabethtown sending SUNY Maritime home, followed by, as we said earlier, Johns Hopkins coming back from being down against Alvernia to scored 9 and then scored 6 in the top of the 9th to beat Alvernia, and now we're in the bottom of the 8th with Wheaton up 4-0.
1-2 from Boyd, or 2 Boyd. Also had a 40-minute weather delay after the first game before the second game could start. Some storms in the area. Boyd hits that on the ground. Baker slides up to his feet. 4-3 ground ball. 2 away. Ruaco will step up. Ruaco 1 for 2 with a double and a walk.
And the Wheaton bullpen are still present. Nobody is currently throwing. Does look like Marquise will have the opportunity to come out and finish what he started.
Pitch from Bogdanovich bounces away. 2-0 now to Ruaco. Three and out. The pitch. Taking all the way, but it misses. Ball 4. Second walk of the night for Ruaco. Turns the lineup over. 2-out base runner. LaJoy. Joy doubled. He's been hit by a pitch. 1 for 3 on the night. Pair of fly balls to center field and his other 2 trips up. Ground ball past the diving third baseman. Marcel scoops it in the hole but hit too slowly. He is no play. Infield single for LaJoy. On base for the 3rd time tonight. 2 on with 2 outs for Cook. The center fielder is 0 for 2 with a pair of sacrifice bunts.
And we'll see Coach Anderson, who I believe also serves as his team's pitching coach, does come out from time to time, even when he's not making a substitution. So just because we see him here doesn't necessarily mean that a change is occurring. There is action in the Shenandoah bullpen. And Coach Anderson will make the call to the pen, signal for a change. Looks like we'll have left-handed pitcher coming in to face a left-handed Cook.
Bogdanovich, a junior from Hanover Township, not far from where we are here in York, Pennsylvania. Good start for the Hornets. He's run up 126 pitches and allowed 4 runs. We're here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They'll make the pitching change to the left-hander.
Yeah, and the lefty we'll see here, I believe, is Matt Burns. Burns, one of the key relievers out of the bullpen for the Shenandoah Hornets, has 18 appearances. This will be number 19. 2-0 on the mound with a 3.38 ERA, 21 1/3 innings, 13 strikeouts, 13 walks, and opponents are hitting .235 off of him.
Burns pitched an inning and 2/3 last night. Did not allow a run, gave up 1 hit and walked a pair. He was the second of 4 pitchers used against the Privateers from SUNY Maritime. He'll come in now with 2 on and 2 out. Runners on first and second. Ruaco walked with 2 outs, and Joy followed with a single.
And left-handers on the year are only hitting 167 off of Burns. 6 for 36, so big reason for the move to face the lefty Cook.
Burns will try to get Shenandoah out of this inning. If the Hornets can go into the 9th, try to get their offense going. One last chance they can get out of this inning. Check swing, they're going to say he went. Strike 1. Pitch finds the zone, a breaking ball. Low for ball 2, 2-1. away, ball 3. Cook ahead in the count, 3-1 against the tough lefty Burns. That pitch, Cook will put it into right center field. The right fielder, Arocho, comes over, but one run is going to score.
And that 2-out walk really coming back to bite the Hornets in this inning.
And it's Ruaco who drew that walk, who scores to make it 5-0. Over to third goes LaJoy. And Cook with his first hit of the night. Now 1 for 3 with 2 sacrifices and an RBI. Talked about how tough on left-handers Burns had been. He fell behind 3-1 and then left the one over the plate. Cook was kind of able to look for his pitch with a beneficial count. Sharkey fouls the pitch back. Sharkey in the game has a sacrifice fly. He's walked. He's 0 for 2. He struck out in his first 2 plate appearances. Hits one hard on the ground. Diving Marcel knocks it down. No play. LaJoy will come in. 6-0. In favor of Wheaton, the Lions. Infield single for Sharkey. Runners on first and second. There with 2 outs, big 2-out rally. Bogdanovich got the first 2 batters of the inning out. After a walk, we've had 3 straight singles.
And those are 2 big runs. I mean, 4 runs off of the Wheaton pitching staff wasn't going to be easy. Possible, not easy. 6 almost seems insurmountable at this point. Of course, our game right before this one, Johns Hopkins did score 6 in the top of the 9th. But very difficult to do.
Called strike 3. Goodwin Boyd had a strong night at the plate. He goes down. Burns in the left-on-left matchup. And they finally get out of the inning, but not before 2 more runs scored. It's now 6-0. Shenandoah Hornets, the 2 seed, down to their last chance here in the winner's bracket as we'll head to the top of the 9th. Be back after this. And we're back now, top of the 9th. Cleanup hitter Jake Lowe will lead it off for Shenandoah. Lowe is 0 for 3 with a strikeout tonight. Marquise gets ahead, 0-1. Only his 104th pitch here entering the 9th inning. 4 hits and 3 walks allowed. 1-1 now. Marquise. As no complete games this season. Only 3 starts all year, you pointed out as we started, Coach. 2-1. On low, the pitch.
Hit him.
That got a piece of low. We'll head down to first. One of the rare occasions tonight. And the Hornets have got their leadoff man on base. I believe just the 3rd time in 9 innings. Dan Cameron. Step up. He's 1 for 1 with 2 walks. He's been on base every time tonight. The one batter that's really kind of given Marquise fits. Takes ball 1.
And that hit by pitch will get the Wheaton bullpen moving with a quicker pace now. If Marquise is unable to retire Cameron, maybe a pitching change here. And as well as Marquise has pitched, I'm sure he would like to finish out this game.
Now even the count at 1-1. Pitch. Fouled away. Cameron tried to hold up on that. But he got a piece of it. 1-2. Pitch from Marquise, ground ball to second base. 4 to 6 to 3. Ruaco with the initial field over to LaJoy. LaJoy's throw a little bit off the mark. Great play by Walsh to field the throw and tag the runner out to complete that double play. And that makes Newsman the final hope for Wheaton, or excuse me, for Shenandoah. Wheaton looking to finish this win. Cover Marquise. Pitch. This is for a ball. 2. Newsman 0 for 3. Rounded into a double play and struck out twice. And that's a 4-pitch walk to Newsman. 2-out base runner, the first time the first baseman's been on base this evening. And I believe we have a pinch hitter, number 31 for the Hornets. Dylan Stauffer. Stauffer, a junior from Hagerstown, Maryland. .239 hitter with 6 doubles and 2 home runs and 71 at-bats. Marquise gets ahead of him, 0-1. 0-2. The Wheaton fans in attendance cheering Marquise on as he's 1 strike away from the complete game shutout. Fouled back. Stauffer stays alive. Great outing tonight for Marquise. The best outing we've seen from a starting pitcher in this tournament thus far. Another foul ball by Stauffer. Right up there with Jamison Moran's 10+ innings of relief we saw earlier today for RIT. Still can't get over that effort out of the bullpen. Did everything he could to help the Tigers stay alive. Wasn't enough, and there's strike 3. Ball gets away from the catcher. Raposo throws down to first. retires the batter. Great outing. Great outing by Marquise. The complete game shutout. Only 3 starts all year. Coach hadn't had a complete game. Steps up in a big, big way for Wheaton tonight. Shuts down a very powerful Shenandoah offense. And Wheaton remains in the winner's bracket to face Johns Hopkins.
And that's the first time all season that Shenandoah has been shut out. Again, 8 of the 9 hitters, everyday players for Shenandoah with impressive offensive numbers. The story, at least to me, of the game was Wheaton's ability to get things started early in innings. 7 of the 9 innings they had, 6 of the 8 innings they had the leadoff batter on base. Several of those times were doubles. They were able to do enough to push some runs across, and Marquise didn't need many runs and was able to get the job done.
And Bogdanovich largely pitched well, but again, outdueled by Marquise. Marquise will pick up the win with the complete game shutout first for him. Bogdanovich takes the loss, and with that, see if we can get off the air before 1 a.m. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow for day 3 of the Mid-Atlantic Regional. Good night.